So like what books were you reading? I mean, because if you think about it, you started this you started with Nexo in 2019. We started mortgages 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago. Realistically, started like trying to think of 2019, 2020, and 2021. 2019 is like when I went all in. 2018 is like when I started kind of moving forward. Yeah.
So in those 4 years, what were the biggest changes that you had?
Just delegation, bro, and creating systems, like getting enough business to hire people, then hiring those people, delegating that piece of the process. So I call it my blueprint. I'm actually going to make something sick for this for the mortgage industry. But I basically wrote a blueprint. That's how I did it. I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. I was like, maybe this will work. Let's try it. Wrote down every piece of the process in the mortgage from the very beginning, from getting the client, reaching out to the realtor, meetings of that sort, sales meetings, all the way to the process, all the way to the post-closing, the whole thing. Then I, kind of labeled out what are income producing activities, right? And then I delegated out everything else that wasn't an income producing activity. Yeah. That's how I started it. And then now I'm even kind of delegating out the income producing activities to an ISA and to the BDM, where I'm kind of more just focused on the business overall growth. Because to go from 110 million in mortgages to 500 million is way different than 50 million to 110 million. You're pretty much doing the same shit from 50 to 110 million mortgages, calling people, things like that. Going to 500 million, it's a completely different business. So that's what I'm trying to figure it out. Well, you're just running it more like a corporation, more like a company at that point. You're not really, you can't deal with clients. I can't be taking the initial client call with 500 million in production. It's just not going to happen. There's going to be too many people. So figuring out how I delegate that to the right people is going to be the biggest thing for me. Okay. To get to that point. So that's kind of why I want to meet with that guy, who's doing over $1 billion in mortgages, right? I'm going to pay him a pretty penny, but it's worth it, dude, because he's going to literally tell me, hey, this is what you're doing wrong, and this is what you can do better, and this is what I'm doing, and I can learn from that.
This is will get you from here to here.
Exactly. He'll probably tell me, what the hell are you doing with that first call, bro? You better fucking delegate that shit
he's right away. He's going to tell you that right away.
I know. It's something I got to let go of. Yeah.
But I mean, it got you here though. It got you here, but what got us here doesn't ever get us to where we want to be.
Exactly.
Like once we're there.
Yep.
What books are you reading, dude? Favorite books?
Right now, I'm reading The Trillionaire Coach or Trillionaire Playbook or something like that. It's a good It's a good book. I forget the author. And then a book that was really helpful for my business was Traction. Have you read that book?
Oh yeah.
Breaks everything down. That's the Visionary Integrator.
Yeah.
And then Law of Success.
Never heard of that one.
It's a great book. Think and Grow Rich, of course, like the basics. But with kids and stuff, and I don't want to make an excuse, but I just really don't enjoy reading that much. So I don't read as much as I used to. I used to read a lot more. Now I'll read maybe 3-4 times a week, something like that. And then I'll listen to podcasts, YouTube, audiobooks, things like that.
You got 2 kids?
2 kids.
Do you have one on the way?
None on the way. I'm trying to, shoot for a girl, but my wife's like, no more. We're not having any kids.
No more kids?
She doesn't want any more.
Wow.
Got a 2.5-year-old boy and another 6-month-old boy.
Okay, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So we got these books. What are you doing to help your team develop more as leaders?
That's a great question, bro. That's actually a really good question. I'll tell you why. Because for me, for a long time, I wasn't developing leaders. For a long time, I was just having people in my business that were working,
doing stuff.
Yeah, doing stuff. I basically am helping them grow by the meetings that we do, the coaching calls, essentially, the stuff that I like. One thing that we're trying to do right now is implement like almost like not like a book club, but like a book that they can read. I want them to read the Like It Switch, which is a great book to read when they're talking to clients, right? Because they can kind of know what makes people tick. So doing things from that point of view, and then really focused on like the heads of each department. I call them my generals.
Yep.
So I have Francesca, operations. Mark is like kind of outside sales. And then Angel would be internal sales.
Okay.
So working on my generals to get them to be able to run those pieces of the company, is going to be huge for me, because I'm going to need them to be able to hire people, run that sort of, side of the business. Let's say I have 60, 70 employees. I'm not going to be able to freaking talk to all these people and run all that,
Yeah.
So right now we have 10 employees.
Okay.
10 employees. And then we just hired 3 loan officers. I don't consider them really employees because they're off doing their own sales.
Are they like all 1099 and they just pretty much?
They're W-2.
Really?
Yep.
I'm talking about the loan officers.
So
They're
this
W-2 too?
This is going to trip you out. They're W-2.
Well, you're a W-2
I'm
too,
W2.
though. Yeah,
It's
explain
horrible.
that, bro.
It's horrible. So with the mortgage industry, you can get 1099, but there's like some compliance laws and some companies just aren't comfortable with it because of the 2008 collapse. They came in and re-regulated everything. I don't know exactly why, but they want people W-2'd. Now, we still are operating our own business within the profit and loss, and we have an Amex card. I can run everything through my business and all that kind of stuff, but I am W-2'd. So that's why
that million went out through a W-2 though.
Yes, that net million. I have a W-2 for net on there. Yep. But here's the thing. I have another company, a consulting business that is taking a huge write-off. Okay. I have rental income that's taking a huge write-off. Shout out to my CPA again. He saved my life. And that's the kind of stuff that's reducing my
I was going to say, dude, because like even the dudes in the NFL, like the new ones, they're paying more than half of their paycheck.
Are they W-2'd?
Bro, they're W-2'd. So get this.
That tripped me out when I saw that.
So they're W-2'd and they're depreciatable assets for NFL owners because they are they depreciate over time.
Holy shit.
And so the owners, like all those salaries and shit, it's a fucking write-off because the person's honestly losing value over time. Let's say the shelf life is on average 3 years.
Right.
Fucking bananas.
That's insane. That's crazy. You know, Austin Wentworth?
Yeah.
I was talking
I've never talked to him, but he was a god when I came in.
Yeah, he's a good dude, bro. He's a really you should meet him about that. And I think he mentioned they were W-2, and I was like, what the hell? I did not realize that.
Bro, they come in, they don't have a CPA.
So even Tom Brady is W-2'd?
Yeah.
Dude, he's got to be able to work out a deal. He's gonna be like, I'm Tom Brady.
Right, you would think so when you have fucking 15 million coming in a year, and you're like, nah, bro, like I'm an independent contractor.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I don't know. As far as I know, my best friend plays for the Cowboys. Excuse me. And like year one, he told me how much he had to pay in taxes, and I was like, "What?"
He's got to get rentals, bro. He's got
to get rentals, and well, he did a shit on TurboTax. It's like, okay, it's time to get a fucking CPA.
Yeah, that will.
Right, but they have to pay in every state that they play in. They pay taxes in that state, so like it is a disaster as being like a pro athlete as far as like figuring out all that financial shit.
That's crazy. What's the average salary for like it's like a couple million, right? It's not less.
League minimum is like $700,000 or $800,000 right now.
Okay.
And then it just goes up and up and up from there.
Plus they get pretty good health benefits, I'm guessing, and whatnot, which that doesn't really matter that much, but
I mean,
I would imagine they would get like full care for anything that happens to them, right?
Dude, up there is such a wild game. So like you don't go to them when you're hurt. You go to a third party doctor. Because you don't want them to have anything against you when contract negotiation comes.
Okay.
Like nothing like, because like one of my good friends, Shan, when he went to the Chiefs out of college, they said, if you hurt your shoulder, you're cut. And he was about to make the roster and his shoulder like came out and he fucking popped it back in and they found out and they cut him.
Bro, that's savage. They're like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
crazy. They just,
that's how that world is up there. It's just a fat business of like different depreciable assets who like bring you in more money over time.
Wow. You're basically just instruments, bro, for them, dude. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you're a very expensive instrument.
Yeah, you're making some good money though, and you're an NFL football player. But.
Yeah, you're an NFL football player. What else would I have, dude? So start the growth track.
To help people, dude, honestly.
Okay.
And that's kind of why I think you may have saw that you liked it, but doing lunches with people and stuff.
I did like that.
I just want to help people, dude. Like I just want people to realize that it's possible because I'm nothing special, bro. I don't have a college degree, barely graduated high school. Was not the kid that they'd be like, oh, he's going to succeed.
Right.
You know, they'd be like, this fucking dumbass he's going nowhere. And so I want to be able to pour that into people. Like you can do it. You just have to take the steps. So that's why I started.
I think that's the biggest thing is that like you can change your life by just applying a couple things you could learn on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. By applying stuff from you, from me, from Pritchard, from Dean. Like because everything we put out is free. Like if you just follow those things, you'll be making $10,000 a month, and most people don't ever even think about that.
Well, their brain's not open to it, right? They look at it and they hate. They look at it and they despise the people on the media doing shit. And it's like these people are trying to help you, you know. So
that is amazing. Do you have any other like parting words for us, bro?
No, dude,
nothing.
I appreciate you having me on.
Of course, bro. So, thank you so much for coming on. Do you have plug your companies, dude?
Accent Mortgage. Fresno, we're local here in Fresno, California, And hop on Growth Track, guys, if you want to check that out. Appreciate you guys listening. And thank you, Strat.
Where else can people find out more about you? IG handle, Facebook?
Yeah. Corbin.Claypool. Right now it's going to change to Corbin Claypool, but Corbin.Claypool. Look me up on Facebook, add me as a friend, or follow me. You can just look me up Corbin Claypool there too. So
hell yeah, bro. Thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thank you, Strat.